Alright, I think I'm live again. Let's take a look. This is working great. Cool. I'm back. High Plains Design Studio. You can hear me in my real voice. Because it's not like I'm trying to be weird or anything. Nerd radio is something else. So anyway, I'm going to be building an app here in a minute. I'm going to be working with Angular 4 programming. I'm making an arcade. I've got some music going, so say hi to these guys, Zymer Tracks again. I like this music. It's pretty cool. It's been working out for me. All right, let me get started here in a minute. Right now, I have to go to CD, go back to up, CD, where is this directory? I think I have it in something called, I think I called it RPG, okay, there it is, CD, RPG, arcade app. Arcade. Here I am, ng serve. So now if you notice, I just served it. I don't know if this is I'm advanced over here. I'm not doing any kind of tutorial right now, introductory to any kind of, not going to do any kind of tutorial right now. I'm just going to be straight up working with it, doing some live development as I get into this whole, before I start doing actual hold on real quick, I'm taking a look at as I get into this whole, before I start doing actual okay, great. Alright, turn back my music up. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing some development just live while I get my whole situation situated. So just to be sure, let me turn down this music for right now. What I've got going on is an Angular app. If anybody's familiar with JavaScript, this is just kind of a little setup. I just made a quick component and I put in a game that I have, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys this game. It's not completed, but it is something that I made using the RPG Maker, which I also have a link in the description. Well, I don't have a link of it in the description yet, but I did mention them, I think in my tweet, or mentioned it in the description, and I will update the description. Say that. So, Officers of the Pack, secure this area. We only have 3 days before the portal closes, and you can see my little portal down here. We need a perimeter, barracks, a supplies quarter, an armory, and an officer's quarter. They must be established before nightfall, or we will be vulnerable. Alpha, Beta, Theta, Delta, come with me. Officers, this is the moment we've been training for. Let us not let down the packs. Move out. And then they move away. And that is basically the game right there. I created that in something known as RPG Maker, which I'm going to now go ahead and open RPG Maker right now. You can find them, I forget where, RPG Maker, gmakerweb.com. I think normally this product sells for 80 bucks. Yeah, $80. They have, I think, maybe some cheaper ones that are written in different languages. Ruby, for example, I think is the other one. But this is JavaScript. Oops, wrong program. It is opening right now. I hope I don't give out too much information while I'm doing this over here. There it is, opening up right there. This is the game right here. I made it using RPG Maker. I'm gonna recreate some other ones, but basically my goal is to make an Angular app that has these arcade games, and I'm gonna make a few. Right now what I'm gonna do first off is I'm gonna make 3 different arcade games. Oh, wrong one again. 3 different arcade games. 3 different games, just 3 different projects using the RPG Maker. Then I'm going to transfer them over into the directory that I have this where I'm going to be running all of the information from, which is I've got if I go to my arcade.dev and then I go to Broken Fang, and I think it's actually Broken Fang. I got rid of that space. You can see where I actually have the game hosted on my local host. And here it is again. And look, oh look, I can move around. I haven't debugged it yet, obviously. I just made it, and it was a while back I made it, and then I got sidetracked. I get sidetracked a lot. I got a lot of things going on. I do a bunch of different things, people. That's why I only get to do this every so often, and that's why I'm going to take this time today, trying to focus on programming instead of my other life careers that I got going on, which have me running around acting like a fool trying to make money. But I'm going to make video games and programs instead, I guess, until the end of the world, of course. Everybody knows that the end of the world is coming, and praise Jesus Christ. And I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it probably a lot. So if you're watching this and you're gonna do it, I don't care. End of the world's coming, whatever. Until then, I'm gonna do this. No big deal. Just the end of the world, people. No big deal. Let's play some video games now. Okay, so let's get this going. What I decided earlier, this is a lot bigger. I think this is like 1,000 by 720 or something like that. I've decided that I'm gonna go with 800 by 8 by 600. So let me go ahead and start some new projects. If you have RPG Maker, go ahead and feel free to follow along. But what I will go ahead and do is I'm gonna project 1, title 1, and I'm gonna go ahead and call this project 1, and I'm gonna call this game. Well, you know what? We'll just come up with some fake names right now. Let me look around. I'm gonna do that thing that on TV where they look at things. We're gonna call this one Painting Theft of a Grand Nature. That's an awfully awkward name, but I did it, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I'm not entirely sure where I'm saving this file, but I think I do where I am saving it. Normally where I save this file. So great. So you're getting a bunch of lessons if you're going to be watching this. This is RPG Maker and Angular, because I do a bunch of stuff, people. I gotta do PHP. I'm trying to figure out Laravel now, but I do Express, and I've done some Mongo stuff, and HTML, CSS, things like that. I'm a dude that does stuff, things and what have you. So let's keep going. So I got this. Let's see. Nope, not the database. What I need to do is go to the plugin manager. I think that's this one. And I did not even have the basic plugins that come with this to change my size. But then again, it might already be 8 by 600. So system, I think that is the normal size, 8 by 600. Let's find out, people. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna immediately, just to let people know, let's play this. It packages out and it immediately plays something that, look at, RPG Maker powered by MV. Cool, got my little Painting Theft of a Grand Nature. See what I'm saying? Let's go with new game, and right away you can see that I got some people and we can run around, and the screen ends. We end. That's as simple as that. No big deal. This is what RPG Maker does, everybody, and it's probably going slow because it knows that I'm live streaming, so I'm not going to be testing games out right now like that. I'm going to be I got to package this out. First off, I need to make sure something. What I got to go do is I got a bunch of stuff, and I hope I don't give my too much information. I hope other better hackers aren't out there gonna hack me. Do not reverse hack me, people. Just don't do it. It's not gonna be cool for anybody. Broken Fang. I think I called it. What did I call this? Where did I save this? I don't even know where I saved this, people. I thought I saved it right here, but it could also be So we're gonna have to find out where I saved this. Painting, save project. Let's go. Save project. Oh man, I don't even know where it's at. I don't even know where it's at. So how do I remember where it's at? Painting. Oh, let's go right here. Nope. Save Pass. Nope. I don't even know. Let's go to new project. Anyway, I gotta do a new project anyway. Project 2. Look, there it is. Documents, games, project 2. So it might be called project 2 is my problem. That is probably my problem. You go to documents, games is where I save all these games. Oh, look, project 1. That's my problem right there. And here it is right here. Project 1 is my game. And this is just the game file where it has my, so project 1, project 2, project 3. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. Project 2, saving the same spot. What am I going to do? What am I going to call that other one? I called something. So I'm going to do the same thing where I'm going to go water is the glass's friend. There you go. I got a name. Project 2, copying files, doing that whole thing. So like I said, I'm going to do 3 of these projects that are just blank. Then I'm going to go ahead and take them over to where I have my Apache server. I've got a server. And in that server, I'm going to go ahead and play them. I'm going to post them there. And when I host them there, I'm getting convoluted over here. I'm still trying to figure out something, and I never did figure that out. But normally it should be 8 by 600. And so you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and gamble on it, which I don't know why. Gambling is bad for you, so this is just me being bad. Gambling over here. Project 3. I'm gonna name this one. What am I gonna name this one? We'll name it Laptop Conspiracies. Yeah, that's right. I don't know if I spelled that. Conspiracies. Conspirators. I don't think that. Laptop conspirators. I don't know. I don't know if that's right, everybody, but we're gonna go ahead and keep it going for the sake of it. What's going on here? Who am I over here? Gotta share this real quick. Twitter. Great. I did that. That's been done. Okay, so now I've got it. I've got 3 different projects here. So now I can go to here, go back to my documents, go to my games. Man, I've got so much stuff, and that's why I'm just saying I don't want to give away too much stuff over here. Index. So now if you'll notice, I can try to play this, but it won't work. Shouldn't work. It's gonna give me errors. See how I'm using the file? So because it needs to be run on a server, so the index, normally this will play. It's nice. It's but it won't play come using this file server. So so I'm gonna repeat this. So if you notice, this is my thing over here. So this is a previously done game. It was too big. If you notice, I wanted it smaller, and this one, these ones now should be 8 by 600 is what I'm thinking. Let me see. It's 17 by 13, and if you do the math, 17 by 13, let's take a look. I'm going to do the math. I'm going to get my calculator out. I'm not even going to get, oh look, I got a calculator right here. So it's 17 by 13 wide. So 17 times 32 equals 544. Oh, so it looks like it's even smaller. So 13 times 32 equals 416. So this is a lot smaller than I thought. But that's fine. I'll get the plug-in. So what I'll go ahead and do is I want these to be roughly 8 by 600 is what I'm going to think. But I'm going to go ahead and test them. So I'll show you what I mean by that. This is RPG Maker stuff. I'm not even getting into the Angular yet. But we'll get there. I'm gonna be doing this for a while now. I'm gonna be doing this all day. Let's keep going. How do I do this? I go back to see what I'm looking for is I'm gonna go to games and Broken Fang, and I think I have some plugins over here. That is core. Copy this. I'm gonna copy it, and I'm gonna go to Broken Fang, games, go to Project 1, JScript, plugins, and I'll go ahead and paste it right here. Paste. Then I'll go to Project 1, back to games actually, Project 2. Go to the JavaScript, plugins, paste. And then I'll go to games, Project 3. Oh yeah, JavaScript, plugins, paste. Hold on, I'm getting people contacting me. Hold on. Okay. All right. Okay, I got that covered. I got that covered, everybody. So now that I'm here, I got this game. This is one of these games. I forget what it's called. Database. Let's get out of the database. I always pressed the wrong button. So now what I'm going to do is click on it. And I'm going to find this core engine. See, 816 by 624 is what this screen width is, what it's going to package out. So I want to change this to 800. Default is 624. You know what? Maybe I'll leave it at the 800. I'll leave it at the 816. That way I don't have to go through all these and friggin' change them. Okay. So apply. Okay, now let me test it. Save changes to the game. Yes. So that little MV, I could probably turn that off, but I won't because I'm going to let them have that. So this is the game and this is what it looks like. So I guess this is what 800 by 16. So let me take a look. Kind of a rough estimate of what I'm looking for. See? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for. So, because I'm gonna have an arcade and it's gonna be a strictly web arcade for the time being. But you see how that fits kind of nicely right there, and it's a nice looking game, and I can have little information and obviously my whole goal is to make money off of you people, all the people I want the money from. You know, I'm like, here, give me the money, and so I'm gonna have like, you know, information and then maybe some ads, and then you're gonna be able to press like arrows and you're gonna go from game to game, and that's what you're gonna see me make here in a minute, like how I'm gonna cycle through them for a little while. I'm just gonna make a quick component. Anyway, you're gonna see that happen. But so great, that looks like a good size. That looks like that's working. I like that size. I'm gonna go ahead and X out of that again. And now what I gotta do is I gotta deploy these packages. So now that I've actually created them, I'm deploying them. So it comes with a nice deployment. I'm gonna go ahead and exclude unused files, and I'm gonna put the output in the output location. It is right there. See how it's in my XAMPP, my htdocs. That's my my server over here, my Apache server. So I already have a game right here, RPG games. Select folder, and that's where I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it for the web browser. And you can do it for Android, Linux, Mac. So it's pretty cool. RPG Maker does games and it deploys them pretty cool. They're real easy. So I really like it. I'm going to be making, once I get this up and going in a few weeks and months, what I'm going to really do is make a bunch of, like I said, virtual novels with RPG Maker. And I'm just going to write a bunch. I'm a writer. I got to write a bunch of poetry, write a bunch of, you know, stories and stuff in the back. But so I'm going to make a bunch of stories and make little games that aren't really entirely too much games as much as they're just like comic books where you're gonna be able to see what's going on, and there's gonna be all kinds of animation. I mean, you see this, like I said, what's going on over here. It's gonna be like a novel, you get what I'm saying? And I'm gonna draw art, pictures, whatever, write books, I don't know, stuff, and then I'm gonna be, you know, it's a story. That's what I'm really gonna focus on. But I could also turn it into games. If you notice, I got a little invisible character right now running, and he's invisible. So he's already lost him. He's gone. I already malfunction the whole thing or something. But anyway, you get what I'm getting at with this. And I'm gonna talk in my funny voice. If you see some of my other videos, is it the right one? Yeah. Okay. Select folder. Okay, and I'm distributing that. I'm creating a distribution. I'm gonna go ahead and open a new file explorer. Go to my OS. Once again, hoping I'm not giving out information or something. I don't entirely know. Keep going to the HT docs, RPG games, and you can see that was Project 3. And succeeded to create a distribution. Okay, great. So now, if you notice, now that it is over there, Broken Fang Project 3 is what it's called. And what I can do is I can go to, instead of doing that file system where it wouldn't play last time, I can go ahead and go to my virtual host that I've created. And if anybody's interested in creating virtual hosts, I can show you how to do that at a later time. But I'm not doing that right now, even though it takes like 5 seconds. But let's go to arcade.dev is what I called it. You'll notice that is my virtual host. That's my index page right there. I don't have anything hello from arcade, but I'm not working too much on it. I'm still going. I'm just getting it going. Project 3.ww. And there you go. And there's that game. There it is, playing in my browser. No big deal. It's called Laptop Conspirators. I don't know. I just made that name up on the fly. And this is what RPG Maker does. And right off the bat, it gives you a cool little thing to start making your own video games. And look how easy that was, everybody. That was so easy to throw it into a browser. And I'm not going to show you RPG Maker right now. I'll do that later on when I start making those virtual, I think, whatever you want to call them, virtual novels. I don't know what to call them. Just little video game novels. I'm going to remember to write stuff. Make my art be known. Look, I'm looking at it. Anyway, okay, so now that I've got that, what comes next? Hold on real quick. I got to do this number. And go to, I think I got to go to this one. Yeah, it's this one. I got stuff going on again, people. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Go ahead and share this. And let's go to JavaScript, Angular, RPG Maker. Oh, no, that's not what I'm trying to do over here. That's the wrong one. Jeez, I'm stuck again. Let's, before I get going, I'm gonna put a quick, you might want to skip ahead a couple of seconds or something, I don't know. Go over here. I need to do this one. And I need to do this number before I do get away with anything. Great. Okay, great. I got that going. I'm done with the music, people. Back to what I'm doing. Okay, and if you'll notice too, I can just click, and these are great. I can actually turn these into apps. I actually have turned them into little Android apps, but that's for later time. It's for later time. Right now, I am just doing what I'm doing. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about. I don't even know what I'm talking about sometimes. Am I doing the right one? I should be doing that. And then that is that. And I think that's is that? Okay, so great, great. Okay, I got that going. And I want this one though. No, that's not the one I want. I want this one. Okay. So now that I got that, it's on my. These are on my things. What I'm doing now is I've got an Angular app already going. And maybe, you know what? For the sake of it, I might just start a brand new one because I've got this one going in the background already. But maybe it's a good thing to actually show. Yeah, maybe I'll show how to. No. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that right now. I'll show it right now. Why not? Why the hell not? So what I've got going is I'm gonna make a brand new Angular app. I've got one compiled right now. I'm gonna cancel that. Exit out the one that I've got right now. And I don't remember how I did that. I think I just used an iframe. Yeah, it was as simple as an iframe. Okay, now I remember. So I got the arcade right here. So direct C, and I'm gonna go ahead and do this all visually. So I don't. I hope I don't give away more information. Information. The hackers do not hack me. So what I've got going is I can go ahead and I've got an RPG arcade right here, and I call it arcade. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna rename this to arcade or ridge. And because the folder is open in another program. Okay, and I got it open in this program. So I'm gonna go ahead and X out of this program. Try that again. Try it again. Try it again. Try it again. Okay. It still has not done decompacting. Okay, it is done. Then this is done over here maybe. Maybe that's my problem, is I had it going in a process over there. So now go back down, go back down. Try again. Try again, try again, try again. Why is it not working? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. Let me see. Laptop conspirators. I can't be entirely sure right now. Plugin RPG app. Okay, rename now. Let's try renaming it again. Orange. The action can't be completed. I'm gonna figure that part out later. I must. Oh, I got it. I know what my problem is. I'm in it over here. There it is. That's my problem, people. That's all computer work is, figuring problems out, like what the heck is going on. I don't want to delete it. I want to rename it to keyed or ridge. There it is. So now what I'm gonna do, since I already am, if you notice, in my command prompt, which I'll go ahead and delete out and start a brand new command prompt. So people, you start a brand new command prompt. If you haven't already installed Angular before, you need Angular 4. Let's go Angular 4. Take a look at Angular IO. Check it out. One framework, mobile and desktop. Get started. In order to, you need you need to get Node.js. And sure, I'll go ahead and show that. You know, you just go ahead and get one of these. You install it. I'm not going to show you how to do those. I'll do that later for sure. Eventually, people. But I already have it installed. So I already have this Angular, and then what you do is you just install that. It's pretty simple. Then you come up here, and then you could do what's called node and version, and you'll see that it gives you a version. And then what you do is you do npm install g, and I think you do @angular. What do you do? Let me find it over here. I lost the Angular 4 IO. Let's go Angular IO again. Go here. Where is it? It tells you how to install. Docs. Getting started. Set up the development. npm install. So after you've got Node installed, Node is what's required in order to set up the server system. Node is as simple as on Windows, simply, you know, executing, you know, following the instructions. Is, you know, they got a wizard. Uh-oh. No one likes that. No one ever likes that. But after you've got Node installed, you should be able to go into your command prompt and, like I said, do node/version. But Node comes with the npm package manager, Node package manager, and so, for example, I think you should be able to do the exact same thing. Since I've installed it, it gets installed globally. So npm install version, and you'll see that I got some sort of, maybe it doesn't, I don't know, I'm sure it's going to. There it goes. It comes out with a version there. And so obviously if you're using Linux, you can use something else, and I'm sure eventually some of my tutorials are going to be in Linux, because I got a bunch of Linux computers set up too. This is just my Windows version. And so now what we're going to do, npm allows you to install packages straight to your computer. So you install this Angular CLI, and that's, you just copy and paste that, or type it in. Then what we're going to do is create the new app by doing this ng new app, and then we're going to do exactly what it says. So just like I had that folder in here right now, I lost the folder. Everybody losing it. Okay, here it is. I renamed it Arcade or Ridge because I'm gonna do this exact same concept. Here I go, ng new, and I'm just gonna call it Arcade, because I find that's what I was gonna call it. That's what I was gonna call it. I was working on it last night. I had actually worked on it, and that's where I came up with that Broken Fang one. I was just working on the concept, and I figured I might as well start again to show people. Because, you know, show people. It is installing the packages. So when you do that, it takes a while, and so if I made a video, I would probably cut it right now, but instead I'm gonna go ahead and throw in some music. And I'm gonna also do some other things on my other side. Great. Okay, great. Okay, is it coming up yet? It's still not done yet. Sometimes, I don't know why, but I think I've had problems where it actually does not finish installing, and I end up having to run the command. If you know anything about npm, you know what I'm talking about. I'll just end up running the npm install, or when I get into it. But for some reason, I don't know why, I might get an error right here. Maybe it's because I didn't open it up as administrator. I don't know. It could be that, but it's just, you'll see, it's happened to me a few times, but it hasn't always happened to me either. So I don't understand. I'm not entirely sure. But what is going on is it is compiling the Angular app right now, and if you notice, it says create. It's got all these arcade, E2E, app 2, and it's got all these apps. Arcade, E2E, arcade, and it's got source, app, source, and it's coming up with a whole bunch of different files that it's created. In fact, I should be able to already see them. If I go to RG Arcade app, no, it's not done yet. It's still going. It's still going, people. This takes a while. I don't know why. It just does. Maybe my computer. This computer is kind of old too. This is something else. Okay, this is that is my other app, which I'm not going to show you right now. I got a lot of things going on, people. Oh. But now I need the monies. Give me the monies. I'm going to need the ad money soon. YouTube knows what I'm talking about. Google, don't be evil, Google. This music's cool. I like it. But so why is this not taking it? This is, I think, taking a little longer than normal. Oh, there it is. Install failed. Just like I said. I am in the wrong Oh no, no wonder. Jeez, I think I did the wrong. I did it right in my right. No wonder, that was also kind of lame. I was way too high up, people. But it doesn't matter. It's not that big of a deal. I'm gonna delete this probably later, or I'll move it later. So I'll go to CD Arcade and go to and so there's all the, you can see all the files that I was telling you that it created. TSLint, there's that E2E, there's that source folder. It's got node modules. What I'll do is I'll do npm install. I think that's fixed my problem in the past. Today. Okay, and so now that's going. Uh-oh, I got more things, people. What's going on? Anyway, focus. Okay, so now I've added the packages, and now I'm gonna go to ngserve, and ngserve will start compiling, doing its webpack thing. And if you know anything about Angular, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know, feel free to ask, or ask in the comments, or get at me on Twitter or something at Hip Design Studio, at Hip Design Studio, at Hip Design Studio on Twitter. That's 3 times. 3 times I said it, like a magic spell, I guess. So follow me on Twitter too, people. I need it. I need the attention. I don't get enough attention in my daily life, even though you see me doing a bunch of stuff. Oh man, I'm tired, man. And I'm hungry. It's already 10:22. It's almost time for lunch. I think I've been up since 4:30, maybe 4 o'clock this morning. This is taking a lot longer than I thought. But maybe that is how it's done. Maybe I'm just lost. So now if I reset this, oh look, there it is. There it is. Everybody, you go to your local host 4200, and after it compiles successfully, that is how you successfully start an Angular 4 app using the Angular CLI, which is the command line interface. And so now I've done, you'll see, I've done 2 little things that are simple enough to do. Very, very simple, very basic. Gets you started. This RPG Maker gets you started on video games. Angular gets you started on front-end apps. See, and so it's pretty cool. Angular is a cool little thing. Now I'm gonna get into the Angular stuff. So what I do is I got my text editors over here. I use Visual Studio Code. It's made by Microsoft, and it's very good for, for Angular, because Microsoft they made what's called TypeScript. You have not yet opened a folder, so let me open a folder. And I went up one too many. I gotta go to my users. Where I go to my, I don't even know where I go to users. So users, and I use this guy, and I was way up over here. So this is the select folder I want to open. Getting back into it though. RPG Maker. No, not RPG Maker. I got lost again. Angular uses TypeScript. Angular is created by Google. TypeScript is created by Microsoft. Visual Studio Code is made by Microsoft. The Angular apps that I'm going to be writing are written in TypeScript. TypeScript compiles into JavaScript. It's just a long, endless, tedious cycle, people. This is technology for you. I don't know what else to tell you. This is how it works. This is how cool stuff is made. Do you want us to make cool stuff, or do you want the world to end? You tell me. I brought it up at the beginning. I'm gonna bring it up again. I'm gonna just keep making cool stuff. So now we got my app here. We got the various folders. So let me show you what an Angular 4 app. Let me turn down this music. I like the music again, but I'm going to go ahead and turn it down and off again. So this is what it was created when I made that Angular. It's got this E2E, which I guess stands for end to end. The node modules is what was created when I did the npm start, but it also probably should have created it by itself when I did the ng serve. Actually, the source src, this is the folder where all of my you see where it says .ts, that's a .typescript. .css, you got main ts, you got your index html. You got the app folder, you got assets, and you got environments for environment variables. But basically, this is the folder that's going to be my main application, everybody. And then you got some other folders some other files alongside these folders. It's called the Angular CLI JSON editor config karma package. These things I'm not going to talk about at all right now. Don't you can ask me about them, but I'm not going to talk about them because I don't know entirely what all of these are for. But I'm going to be working entirely in this source folder. Everything else is almost I probably don't even need to be in these other ones. Now I think about it, let me take a look about it. I might just be able to open node modules, arcade. Yeah, I guess theoretically I could just go to open folder, and I'm already at this folder. I go to arcade, I could just open the source folder and be done. I bet you. Let me take a look. Cool. Great. And now what we've got is let's go to the index HTML, and this is where you'll see right off the bat, if you're familiar with HTML, you'll see that this is the doc type, the HTML. You got your head, we got our body, we got an image right here that's created. It's a .ico. It's an icon. You can see it created. And then right here you got something in the body that is not normal to HTML, and this is, you'll see where it says it looks like just like any other template, any other HTML element. I mean, and it says app root, just like the head, just like body, and it closes itself, it opens itself. It's an opening tag and it's a closing tag. You got what's known as your app root element, and this is from Angular. And Angular has, let's see, where do I find that? I'm going to go to the app folder over here, and you're going to see where I got something called app component.ts. And this is the TypeScript folder file that creates the app component. And this app component has what's known in the selector, in the component over here. It's got a selector, and that selector is called app root. And that is what corresponds to this here app root element right here, if you see what I'm talking about. I don't know if you see what I'm talking about, but just in case you see what I'm talking about, that's what I'm talking about. What else do I gotta go here? So let me see. So now that I've got that going, that's just all standard basic stuff. What I am trying to do is I'm trying to get this into this. So right away, what I'm going to do is you do not find it in the TS. I actually find it, this app component has got an app component HTML right here. And when I look at this app component, I see some HTML that corresponds to this here page that I'm reading on my local host. So here's some links to help you get started. You can see the H2 tag, here's the UL, here's the list item, and it's got a few different links. Tour of Heroes, documentation, Angular blog. That's this stuff. These are links that if you follow, these are Angular's, that CLI documentation that gets you started making that ng new project, cd my serve, ng serve. Here's the tutorials, and then you even got the Angular blog, which I think I have kept up with them. Yeah, I do. I thought I follow. Can I follow on Twitter? Am I not following on Twitter? Let's follow. Continue with Twitter. We won't post the authorize app. Great. I hope I didn't. I might have. Who knows? I might have. Hackers don't hack me. I'm not the greatest. I'm not a hacker over here. I just program stuff. because I don't always know. There's too much stuff on my screen for me to know what's going on all the time. So I'm going to X out of that. But anyway, those are just some links that they get you started with. And this is that icon that they, or here's where they created right here. They created an SVG element for me. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all of this because I don't want none of that. I'll keep the align center. So what is this align center div end? This div ends this div. So I'm going to get rid of everything before this div and get rid of that. Then I'm also going to get rid of my links. I don't want that. And then I'm going to just say, just like I normally do, and I'm going to go ahead and press H1 and go hello from, we'll go app root. No, is it app component? I forget. We'll just go to app component. Doesn't really matter what I'm writing. And it automatically updates, which is really cool. That's Angular. That's Google. That's Microsoft. Thank you, Google. Thank you, Microsoft. Thank you, Internet, and so forth. And oh, and thank God. I don't know why I'm forgetting all that stuff. Thank God before all you dumb losers. And Jesus Christ. I always forget that because I'm doing stuff. But it's the end of the world, so I'm just gonna keep making video games, and that's the whole point of this. Hello from app components. So now we got that. What I did, I believe I just did an iframe, and I'm gonna go and show you HTML iframe. And you know, when you're programming, there's a lot of, I don't always remember everything. You gotta do a lot of stuff. So you can see iframe. That's as simple as doing an iframe. And I'm gonna get rid of this, and I'm gonna exit an iframe, and now it needs a URL. So now if you remember my URL, let's go with Laptop Conspirators. That is my URL right there. Arcade Project 3 www. I'm gonna go ahead and delete that, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that HTTP, and then, oh, I guess it already did that for me. That's me being silly. Bam. So that's the iframe. So let's see. And already it does that for me. But look at that. See, look at that. Nice. But the iframe is obviously too small. So let's do some CSS, I guess. Iframe. And I will call this ID. Let's place equals. We'll call it game. Yeah, we'll just call it game. That's the ID, is a game. So now the app component HTML. Let's go ahead and go to CSS, and we'll go ahead and we'll put game, and we'll go height equals, what was the height? Do you remember the height? I don't remember the height. So let me go take a look at the height. Yep, core engine. The height was 624 by 816. So the height is 624 pixels, and then width is 816 pixels. Is that what it was? I don't remember. 816. So 624 by 816. 624 by 816. Oh, look at that. That's fitting already nicely. It's already updated. 624 by 816. So I've changed the CSS for this, and that's why it keeps. And cool. So you see what I'm saying? So right away, it's that simple. I've got an Angular app, and I've got a RPG Maker game inside of it. Now, why do I want RPG Maker inside of this? If you think about it, it already runs itself on its own window. I can simply throw this whole folder inside a web server, and look, it plays like a little video game. No big deal. Why do I gotta throw it into another app, Angular app, and make it even bigger? Well, let me tell you why. Because Angular is so cool. It has, it's an MVC framework, and it allows you to do some AJAX work, which is asynchronous work, and it means I could have different portions. So this is the app, and I mean this is the component, that app component. If you remember, I could have another component. Oh look, I'll have another component, and I can have it, like a sidebar component, which is what I'm going to end up doing. And another sidebar component, for example, over here, and I can mess with this component over here. Oops. Going to my see more information, giving out more information. Hackers, don't hack me. And I can like press buttons and interact with this stuff over here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make an arcade, like I said, that switches. I'm gonna press a button, switch, button, and this game is just gonna go to the next game like an arcade. And then that way I'll be able to play games. And then I'll have some information. I'll have like a scrolling arrow. I'm gonna make it kind of like a Netflix of these little video games, if you think about it. And Netflix, don't sue me. I'm free using your name right now. And so that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm also gonna put the little advertisements so that you can give me the money, please. Because that's how I think all of this works now, isn't it? So now that I got this working, and check it out, I got this whole cool little app. It's a Angular app. It's got RPG Maker in it, and that was that simple to do. Real basic stuff. I haven't even gotten into anything in particular. So now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna pull this out. What I did is I made this into the app component, and this app component, if you remember on my TS, it uses that app root, and in the index page here's that app root. But I'm gonna make multiple components. I'm just gonna make a game component, and then I'm probably gonna do something. Actually, I'll just make a game component for the time being, and it's gonna have a little sidebar connected to it right here. And or maybe yeah, I'll figure it out. I'm just gonna do it right here, and in fact I might even have to bring in Bootstrap to do this for me, because I like Bootstrap. If you know Bootstrap, when I'm talking about Bootstrap HTML, I use Bootstrap, the most popular. See what I'm saying? And there is, look, this is version 4.0, latest. Oh look, did it come out today? Version, let's go home to, is it oh, it's currently 4.0 beta version 2. But you get that. Here's the MPA beta 2, let me see, version. And so I'm gonna do this number and include it, and let's see if this works, because in that way what I'll do is I'll do rows, and I'll make the rows, and that's where I'll put in my little stuff, my thingamabobs. So let me go ahead. What I'm gonna do is go to my press control and tick mark. So notice I got director. Let's go CD up directory. Here's where I am. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do that little see, I copied that npm install bootstrap beta, and I'm gonna, don't forget to put the little save flag, save. So it will install Bootstrap here for me. This is cutting edge, people. This is Bootstrap version 4. I don't even care. Beta. It's beta. I don't even care. I'm into that newfangled stuff. I'm gonna turn some music back on because I'm getting bored. I don't even know how long I've been doing this for, but it's already almost lunchtime, and I clearly spending a lot more time explaining things than I thought I would be. Look at this, operation not permitted. Apparently, I did not do this properly, so I gotta go. My Angular CLI is open, this one's open, so I'm gonna have to get a new command prompt. And I'm gonna go, I'm already here, CD arcade is where I was, and I'll just go to, what was it, paste npm and save flag. is actually working this time around, not like it was. Or at least it will work this time. That was because I opened it up in Visual Code and I tried to do it, and I think I got the right shell. I'm using the command prompt. I don't know if that makes sense to you, if you understand what I mean, but I'm not going to install it. There's a lot of things. I got a lot of different projects and programs, and standardizing a system is so complicated in my opinion. I mean, I got this system. Oh, look, what's going on here? Error, operation not permitted. Why is it not permitted? Dun, dun, dun. Try, please running this command as root administrator. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know what happened. I wonder if it has to do because of where I accidentally saved it, and I'm in my root folder. Let me see. That means I gotta go change permissions, and I don't know enough about how to change permissions on a window command prompt as much as Unix. I mean, as much as Linux. So what could this be? Let's go ahead and exit, and let's go to command prompt and run as administrator. Yeah, hopefully this should solve my problem. Ooh, and it's just me in system 32. CD, okay, let's go CD up, dir, CD up, uh-oh. Dir, I don't know where I'm at. CD users, Gilbert, dir, CD arcade, that's where I was at. And arcade and npm, let's go redo it again. Paste, save. I'm trying to get Bootstrap here, and for some reason it's giving me issues. I don't know why, and I think maybe it's just because of where I saved it. Instead of normally saving it where I normally save it in my arcade file and my documents, Gilbert/documents, I actually saved it on the users. So maybe there's some I don't know, maybe there's some issues going on, what is going on here? Maybe that's not even, maybe I'm doing the save at the wrong time. Maybe the save is getting in my way. Let's try that. Because I am root administrator, and so if this isn't working, I'm gonna have some, because I know it worked last time in my other folder, and so I don't know why this wouldn't be working right now, and it has to do with permissions. Yeah, it gives me issues. Wow. So let's go to see what my what is going on here. I wonder why it's giving me issues like that. It could just be, let's go ahead and unpack it. Let's get rid of it, everybody. User CD up, go to documents. Now let's go CD up, desktop. That's what I really want. CD desktop. This is where I had saved it. Then I want to go to CD RPG arcade app. That's where I want it to go. And this is where I put that arcade orig, and I'm gonna go ahead and close this. Exit out of this. Grab this RPG games. Let's go to OSC. Go to users. Go to this guy. Arcade. Let's go ahead and cut that. Get rid of that. Go down here. Cancel that. Yeah, go to discard changes. Let's get rid of that. Go down here. Go to this RPG arcade. Paste this right here. So now, dir. So let's go CD arcade, and let's go to paste. Oh, where'd my file go? Okay, let's go back to Bootstrap, npm install, copy. Let's see if this works this time. Why is this not working? Paste, save. Let's hope this works, everybody. If not, I'm gonna give up in frustration for the time being, and I'm probably gonna go eat something. Come on, work for me. Work for me. I wasn't reading those errors last time enough to know that. Come on, work for me. Give me the permissions I need. I got the permissions I need this time. It should work, no problem this time. No, it did not. Okay. Operation not permitted. Scan dir. Stack error not permitted. Scan dir. Why did this happen like this? So maybe I'm not using the right installation. No, that's right, alright. Let's go to npm. Well, let's go and take a look at now what's going on. Cancel. So now I'm having a problem installing Bootstrap. I don't know why. Even though I was able to do it last time. Go to node modules. You got Bootstrap up in here? Bootstrap. You got Bootstrap. It came out. Bootstrap. It's there alright. Maybe this thing is lying to me. Okay, it's got to build. Distribution. That's the distribution. There it is right there. Okay, so maybe it lied to me. I don't know why I would have done that. So maybe it did lie to me. And so let me take a look at my package. Hey, why aren't you opening package? Open. I said open. Opening in gedit this time around. Hold on. Okay, so this is not, let's see, dependencies. Ah, look at this, Angular. For some reason it did it, but the save part didn't work. I wonder why the save, let me see, I might be using npm save wrong. Sometimes I do, I forget, there's so many things. Use install, I don't want to use save dev, I just want to do options, save, so yeah, that's what I'm saying, MPI, common options, save, install, do, with no argues, yeah, it's save, and then you do that. Okay, so maybe, let me try it one more time, but instead of the save on the back part, maybe this time I'll get it right. Maybe it is save. Oh no, but I gotta get rid of this package. It's gonna be like, you're in the middle of using it. Yeah, I think I gotta go eat already though. I am getting hungry. It's already 11 o'clock. I've been up all morning, and this has already frustrated me enough that I'm realizing that I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing or something to make these kinds of videos. I've never done these videos, but you know, I'm a programmer and I know how to program them, and I want to make the videos to make other people know how to program. And you know, so that I can also make the money, but that did not work either. So there's got to be something going on that look, there's got a debug log, but I'm not gonna take a look at it right now. There's just something going on. Maybe it's the version that I'm using or something of Bootstrap, and maybe I was using a different Bootstrap yesterday when I got that going. But unfortunately, I will just have to pick up next time right where I left off with Bootstrap. I'm out for the time being. I got a good thing going where I showed you how to get Angular. I got a little iframe going. Next time I'm gonna start working more with this, but I need to get Bootstrap installed so that I can start doing some proper layouts of some of the components. Yeah, that'll be next time. I'll call this Game Dev Game Dev 1. Alright, laters. Please subscribe.